Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders are once again making moves as they attempt to salvage what has been an incredibly difficult and injury-plagued season. After falling to 4-11 with a Week 16 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, the organization is scrambling to find ways to strengthen a roster that has been battered by injuries and underperformance. The game itself seemed closer than it really was, with a late touchdown and a successful two-point conversion narrowing the final score to 29-18 in favor of the Eagles. But the reality is that the NFC East champions had already demonstrated dominance throughout the contest. Washington's defensive struggles were on full display as they allowed over 200 rushing yards and failed to contain an Eagles offense that has proven itself consistent and relentless. This latest loss underscored the depth of the challenges facing the Commanders as they enter the final weeks of a disappointing 2025 campaign. Quarterback Jayden Daniels has already been shut down for the remainder of the season due to injury, and now backup quarterback Marcus Mariota is dealing with his own physical setbacks, raising questions about the team's ability to compete effectively even in matchups that were once considered winnable. In response to these challenges, the Commanders have made a strategic move to bolster their defensive line by claiming veteran nose tackle Shy Tuttle off waivers, according to reports from Adam Schefter. This addition is designed to address the ongoing vulnerabilities in the interior defensive front, which has been severely impacted by injuries. Eddie Goldman, one of the team's stalwarts on the defensive line, has yet to return to practice following a concussion, leaving a significant gap in both leadership and performance. Darren Payne, another key defensive tackle, is listed as questionable due to a back injury, further exacerbating Washington's need for depth along the defensive front. The acquisition of Tuttle is therefore both practical and urgent, aiming to provide the Commanders with a player who can contribute immediately and stabilize a defensive unit that has struggled to generate consistent pressure against both the run and the pass. This move comes just in time for the Week 17 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Day, a game that, while meaningful for pride and divisional positioning, will feature two teams that have already been eliminated from playoff contention, making it a final showcase of talent and resilience in a challenging season. Shy Tuttle's journey to Washington has been one defined by persistence and adaptability. The 30-year-old began his professional career in 2019 as an undrafted free agent with the New Orleans Saints, a testament to his work ethic and ability to overcome the odds. Tuttle spent several seasons honing his craft, eventually earning a significant opportunity with the Carolina Panthers, who signed him to a 3-year, $19.5 million deal prior to the 2023 season. Despite this lucrative contract and the expectations that came with it, Tuttle's tenure with Carolina ended unexpectedly during training camp in 2025 when he was released, leaving the veteran defensive tackle to seek new opportunities in a competitive NFL landscape. Tuttle then joined the Tennessee Titans at the start of the current season, appearing in 10 games and starting once, recording 11 total tackles, 6 of which were solo. His role in Tennessee was limited, but his experience and versatility made him an attractive option for teams in need of interior defensive reinforcements. The Titans' decision to release him on Saturday opened the door for Washington, who quickly claimed Tuttle off waivers in hopes of adding both depth and experience to a beleaguered defensive line. The timing of Tuttle's arrival could not be more critical for the Commanders. With the team having already lost the divisional race to the Philadelphia Eagles, the focus shifts to closing the season on a competitive note and evaluating players for the future. The Dallas Cowboys, Washington's upcoming opponent, also find themselves eliminated from playoff contention, creating a scenario in which both teams can experiment with lineups, assess talent, and prepare for 2026 without the immediate pressure of postseason stakes. Despite the lack of playoff implications, Washington is determined to demonstrate resilience, and adding a player like Tuttle signals a commitment to maintaining competitiveness and fortifying areas of the roster that have been exposed. Defensive coordinator strategies will now have to incorporate Tuttle's strengths, including his ability to plug gaps against the run and provide veteran leadership to a young and injury-depleted defensive front. Fans will be watching closely to see if Tuttle can adapt quickly to a new system and make an immediate impact, a challenge that veteran players often embrace as an opportunity to prove their value. Looking back at the season, it is evident that injuries have played a central role in shaping Washington's struggles. The loss of Jaden Daniels, a key offensive contributor, was a significant blow, but the ripple effect extends to the defensive side of the ball, where depth has been tested repeatedly. Marcus Mariota's own injuries compound the uncertainty at quarterback, creating an environment in which consistency is difficult to achieve. The addition of Tuttle is a reminder that even in challenging seasons, teams continue to maneuver strategically, seeking ways to patch holes, provide competition, and create opportunities for improvement. For the coaching staff, this move represents both a tactical decision and a morale boost, signaling to players and fans alike that management remains proactive despite the difficulties of the 2025 campaign. It is a reminder that the NFL is as much about adaptation as it is about talent, and that even teams out of playoff contention must remain vigilant in evaluating talent and preparing for the seasons ahead. Tuttle's own perspective is likely shaped by the unpredictability of his professional journey. From going undrafted to securing a multi-million-dollar contract, experiencing release, and navigating transitions between multiple teams, he embodies the perseverance required to sustain a career in the NFL. For the Commanders, integrating such a player involves assessing not only his physical capabilities, but also his ability to contribute to team culture, mentor younger players, and offer a stabilizing presence in the trenches. This multidimensional value makes him an asset beyond the stat sheet, particularly for a team seeking leadership and resilience in equal measure. With the playoffs out of reach, every game, practice, and positional matchup becomes an opportunity to test systems, evaluate talent, and build for the future, and Tuttle's arrival adds a new dimension to that effort, providing both immediate support and long-term insight into the team's defensive potential. As the Commanders prepare for their Christmas Day showdown against the Dallas Cowboys, attention will turn to how quickly Tuttle can adapt and what impact he can make in limited preparation time. The team's record of 4-11 reflects a season that has been challenging on multiple fronts, but football, by its nature, offers opportunities for redemption and demonstration of resilience. While the postseason is no longer a realistic goal, the addition of Shy Tuttle is an encouraging development, symbolizing a commitment to competitive play, defensive reinforcement, and strategic management in the face of adversity. For fans, this signals that the organization is thinking ahead, focusing on both the immediate needs and the foundation for future seasons. Washington's final 2 games, while devoid of playoff implications, now carry added significance as evaluative platforms, and Tuttle's performance will be closely watched by coaches, teammates, and observers alike, shaping perceptions and potential roster decisions for the coming 2026 campaign. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the league and left fans of both the Cincinnati Bengals and Washington buzzing in disbelief, reports are swirling that Trey Hendrickson, the formidable defensive force who has terrorized quarterbacks across the National Football League, is set to make a dramatic move to Washington. The whispers began quietly, a murmur among insiders, before gaining momentum, until finally, the deal has been confirmed. The acquisition of Hendrickson is already being referred to in some circles as a package deal that, for many, borders on the astronomical, raising eyebrows not just for the player involved, but for the kind of investment Washington is willing to make to reshape its defensive identity. Hendrickson, a name synonymous with relentless pressure on the opposing quarterback, has built a reputation over the years as one of the most consistent and disruptive defensive ends in the league. From his days at Florida Atlantic University with the Owls, where he showcased a rare combination of speed, agility, and football IQ, to his selection by the New Orleans Saints in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft, his trajectory has been nothing short of remarkable. But it was in Cincinnati, with the Bengals, that he truly cemented his reputation, evolving into a player who not only racks up sacks, but also creates turnovers, forces hurried throws, and elevates the performance of everyone around him. The idea that a player of his caliber would be on the move has fueled speculation, with insiders suggesting that Washington is willing to pay a premium, a package so significant that it could reshape the team's salary structure and redefine expectations for the upcoming seasons. Rumors circulating among league watchers hint that the deal encompasses multiple elements: draft picks, potential future considerations, and perhaps even a reworking of existing contracts to accommodate Hendrickson's market value. Sources suggest that the investment is not just financial but strategic, a statement from Washington's management that they are serious about redefining their defensive front and asserting themselves as contenders in a conference that has seen fierce competition in recent years. Fans have taken to social media to debate the implications, with some celebrating the boldness of the move and others questioning whether the team is mortgaging too much of its future for a player, however talented, no matter how disruptive he might be. The value of the so-called package has been described by some analysts as staggering, a term that seems to barely capture the magnitude of the commitment being made. While precise figures remain under wraps, speculation ranges wildly, with some insiders suggesting that Hendrickson's arrival in Washington could rank among the most expensive defensive acquisitions in recent memory. The narrative has quickly shifted from curiosity to intrigue, as the league and its followers contemplate not only what Hendrickson brings on the field, but also what this deal signals about Washington's ambitions, their willingness to swing for the fences, and their belief in a defense-first philosophy in a league increasingly dominated by explosive offensive schemes. Hendrickson's style of play has always been a talking point. Standing with a frame that combines length and athleticism, he excels at bending around offensive tackles, exploiting weaknesses in protection schemes, and converting ordinary plays into highlight reel moments. His presence on the edge has often been the difference between a clean pocket for the quarterback and a disrupted play that changes the momentum of a game. Analysts point out that a player like Hendrickson does more than just fill a statistical category. He changes how offenses plan, alters the timing of snap counts, and forces quarterbacks to make decisions under pressure, often leading to mistakes. Bringing a talent of this caliber to Washington is not just about immediate results, but about creating a ripple effect throughout the defensive unit, a shift in culture and confidence that can redefine a team's identity. The speculation surrounding this move has become feverish, with some suggesting that Hendrickson's arrival could catalyze a series of additional maneuvers, including the retooling of the defensive line, strategic draft selections, and even the possibility of complementary trades aimed at maximizing the value of this acquisition. What adds to the intrigue is the timing and context of the move. Washington, a franchise with a storied history and a passionate fan base, has been in search of defensive consistency for years. The arrival of Hendrickson is not merely a roster upgrade. It is a symbolic signal, a declaration that the organization is willing to invest heavily in proven talent to accelerate a return to relevance. League observers have noted that while offensive fireworks often dominate headlines, the true measure of championship-caliber teams lies in their ability to control the trenches, disrupt opponents, and generate game-changing defensive plays. Hendrickson, with his track record of sack production, forced fumbles, and relentless pressure, fits that mold perfectly. The conversation now extends beyond statistics into the realm of psychology and morale. How does a team recalibrate when it acquires a player whose mere presence commands attention from opponents? How do teammates respond to the added pressure and expectation? These questions, speculative as they are, drive the ongoing fascination with this move, as Washington not only changes its roster, but potentially reshapes the narrative surrounding its ambitions. Adding layers to the speculation is Hendrickson's journey from college standout to professional disruptor. Drafted by the Saints in the third round of 2017, his early career was marked by steady growth, learning under the tutelage of veteran defenders and refining his technique against the best in the game. The transition to Cincinnati was transformative, providing a platform for Hendrickson to showcase not just raw talent, but consistency, durability, and an ability to thrive in high-pressure environments. Fans of Washington are now envisioning how his skill set translates to their schemes, pondering questions of alignment, complementary personnel, and the impact on pass rushing rotations. Coaches, commentators, and former players alike have weighed in, some marveling at the audacity of the deal, others cautioning about the risks inherent in high-value trades. Yet the overarching sentiment is clear. Hendrickson's arrival is a game-changer, a move that will reverberate across locker rooms, media coverage, and fan discussions for months to come. The financial dimension of the package has generated as much debate as Hendrickson's on-field prowess. While details remain largely confidential, reports indicate that the deal involves not just salary considerations, but also long-term strategic planning, cap management, and potential incentives tied to performance. Speculation abounds that the structure of the deal is designed to provide Washington with both immediate impact and future flexibility, a delicate balancing act that requires foresight, negotiation skill, and a willingness to take calculated risks. Fans and pundits alike have dissected every angle, from the potential ramifications on the team's draft strategy to the message it sends to other players in the league. Washington is prepared to be bold, aggressive, and unafraid to commit to game-changing talent when the opportunity presents itself. Beyond the spreadsheets and projections, the human element looms large in this narrative. Hendrickson, a professional who has carved a reputation through relentless effort, discipline, and focus, now faces the challenge of integrating into a new locker room, understanding new schemes, and embracing a role that carries heightened expectations. The pressure is as much psychological as it is physical, and insiders suggest that how he adapts to Washington's culture will be a defining factor in whether this acquisition is remembered as a masterstroke or a cautionary tale. Yet, if history is any guide, Hendrickson thrives under scrutiny, channeling attention into performance, turning speculation into opportunity, and delivering on promises made not just to the organization, but to himself and his career trajectory. As the story continues to unfold, the chatter surrounding Hendrickson's arrival in Washington has transformed from rumor to a central talking point of the league's offseason narrative. The combination of athletic talent, strategic investment, and cultural implications has created a perfect storm of intrigue, speculation, and anticipation. Fans are eagerly imagining what the defense will look like with Hendrickson setting the tone on every snap, while media outlets dissect every aspect of the deal, from draft implications to potential ripple effects across conference rivalries. The deal, described by some as a stunning package and by others as a bold statement of intent, embodies the uncertainty, excitement, and drama that make professional football more than a sport. It is a theater of strategy, ambition, and human performance. And Hendrickson's move is at the center of the latest act. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.